Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Welcome to the Oklahoma Virtual College Fair. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct a question to a specific program, or you can post a question for all of our representatives or more than one to weigh in on. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening tonight, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This program is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters. We are back session A2. Our first institution tonight will be the University of Tulsa.
All right. Hang in there all right. Hi, everyone. My name is Audrey Crum. I'm an admission counselor at the University of Tulsa. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. The University of Tulsa is located in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and a couple of quick facts, depending on how much information you have researched about the university. We have about 3,200 undergraduates on campus. Our total campus population is just under 5,000. We represent 43 states and 60 countries worldwide. Last year's freshman class size was about 831 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 11:1. You'll find the average class size on campus is about 21 students in the classroom. We have a 97% placement rate, and what that number represents in the bottom corner is that 97% of our TU graduates are placed in a job within the industry that they've studied or starting into a graduate or professional program post-graduation within 6 months of graduating at the university. And then off to the side, you'll see our #1 Canine Ambassador. This is Goldie. If you've received any print materials from the university, you've probably seen her around. Goldie is a trained therapy dog whose owner is a staff member on campus. She comes to work almost daily, and you can usually find her in the student union or in the library, ready to take study breaks with students. This is a very cheesy line, so just laugh along with me. Goldie is our favorite professor on campus, favorite faculty member on campus. She has all of her own social media accounts, and you can find her under the handle Tulsa Goldie. The city of Tulsa is about 500,000 people. So TU is located right smack dab in Midtown Tulsa. So we have an excellent view of the downtown skyline. We're near all of the fun and trendy things happening around the city. These are just a few pictures of things going on in the city. Probably most recognizable is our BOK Center. It is our large arena style music venue. We attract artists from all over the world and entertainment acts ranging from Cirque du Soleil to major performing artists like Pink and Bruno Mars. We also have minor league baseball, soccer, and hockey. And again, everything is just located within minutes of campus. So our students have a great atmosphere both on campus and within the Tulsa community. We offer over 50 majors and minors for students to choose from. We break those down into 4 academic colleges: the College of Arts and Sciences, our Collins College of Business, our College of Engineering and Natural Sciences, and our Oxley College of Health Sciences. We can typically accommodate just about any academic interest on campus. In terms of student life, we have all kinds of options for students to live on campus. We do require students to live on campus for the first 2 years that they attend TU. We have everything from traditional style residence halls to apartment style living and suite style dorm rooms on campus as well. We have 13 Greek chapters and Greek houses available for students, and over 200 clubs and organizations for students to get involved in. We are an NCAA Division I member. We are the smallest member in the league, but we are a member nonetheless. And then one additional item that you'll find kind of integral to the TU culture is our service life. So last year we had collectively over 78,000 hours of community service within the greater Tulsa area. If a student finds that there is not an organization on campus that is interesting to them, we encourage students to come to campus and start their own club or organization. It's really easy. Students only need a handful of friends and one staff or faculty sponsor. to sponsor them on campus. If a freshman comes to campus and doesn't have a faculty or staff sponsor, that's okay. You can start a club, call your admission counselor, and we'll help you get started. Right now, the University of Tulsa is offering both in-person campus tours and virtual visit options. So this is my contact information. You can find me on campus a couple days a week. Right now our staff is alternating. If you'd like to schedule a visit, check out our website. You can sign up online. We offer 2 different visit times, Monday through Friday, and a Saturday visit option as well. And you can also find all kinds of virtual options. We have academic pop-ups, major specific programming, campus-wide programming, and you can also request an appointment with a faculty member. You can meet and connect with current TU students, and you can also sign up to meet with your admission counselor on campus as well. So we love to give you the information that is important to you during your college search. I encourage you to come check us out. You can also submit your application for free through November 1st. You can apply directly through our website using our Tulsa U application, or students can also apply using the Common Application. It makes no difference to us. Last but not least, we are test optional this year. So we are not requiring an ACT or SAT score for admission or scholarship review. So again, apply early through November 1st for free. We'll get you an admission decision and a scholarship offer before the winter break. And we just can't wait to hear from you. Come check us out. Thanks for visiting.
Thank you so much, Audrey, for sharing more about the University of Tulsa. Our next institution today will be Carl Albert State College.
Hey everybody, my name is Hunter Sizemore. I work for Carl Albert State College. We're a 2-year college located in Poto, Oklahoma. It's about 20 minutes from Fort Smith, Arkansas. I'll always do that. There we go. All right, so first off, our mascot is the Vikings. Our mascot's name is Vike Albert. Our colors are royal blue and white. We have campuses located in Poto, Sallisaw, and online. A fun fact about us is 79% of our students graduate without any student loan debt, which is great. A lot of people actually end up making a little bit of money if you have a bunch of scholarships coming in. We've also been ranked the #1 community college in Oklahoma by bestcolleges.com for 3 years in a row now. This is our mission statement right here, is to provide affordable, accessible, and exceptional education that fosters student success. So the 3 most important words there is affordable, accessible, and exceptional. So affordability, that goes back to us having the most affordable tuition in the state. And we've always, for the most part, have had the most affordable tuition in the state. That's kind of been our goal, is to keep that low. Accessibility, that comes down to the fact that we are offering classes online. We're offering classes at 2 campuses in Poto and Sallisaw for our area. And we're also starting to add some new Zoom options. Since we don't know what's going to go on with COVID, we don't know where everything's going to be at in the fall, we're trying to make sure everybody has an option to get an education. And then the exceptional side of things comes from our statewide articulation. So what that means is basically all of the 4 years in the state, they get together with us 2 years and they say, hey, we need you to add this to your college algebra class so that we can take it for transfer. And we do that, we participate in all that good stuff. So all of our classes that you take at Carl Albert will transfer to the 4 year that you want to go to. Next, degrees at Carl Albert. So at Carl Albert, you do get an associate's degree, you don't get a bachelor's degree, but most people will start here. They'll do about 60, 63 credit hours, and then they move on to their 4 year to get their bachelor's degree. The only exception to that would be AAS degrees, which is an associate in applied science. Associates in applied science, those are degrees that are designed for someone to go straight to work. So examples of that would be like our nursing program and our PTA program. So nursing is pretty competitive. We'll have generally around 200 students apply for that every year, and we'll take about 45 to 50 of those. It's based on a scoring system, but once you get out, you do your 2 years, you will be a certified RN and you can go straight to work. Same way with PTA, our physical therapist assistant program. We only take around 14 students a year for that, but once you get done, you're good to go. You're ready to go straight to work. So our residential housing, we do have housing options at Carl Albert. It's kind of different. Basically, it's just one big kind of living area. It's like a suite style arrangement. You'll have one other roommate. You'll share a big walk-in closet and a bathroom together. That bottom number for the semi-private, that $2,000, that is per semester. and that includes your meal plan as well. So it's actually $800 for the housing, and then it is $1,200 for the meal plan. If you decide that you want to live by yourself for an extra $800, you can do that, and you can move in all the furniture you want to, and you can really just kind of make that space your own. Campus activities. This is the fun part about going to college. It's not always just books. We try and make sure our students are having a good time as well. You can see there we do bowling nights, we'll do bonfires, we do just block parties and different things like that. Just stuff to kind of keep kids engaged and having a good time. So we always have fun at those. Athletics. So we have baseball, softball, cross country, and esports right now. Our esports program is pretty new, and it is actually sponsored through the NJCAA. So we have national championships and all that fun stuff as well. So all of those sports do have scholarships associated with them. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure you check them out. This is the most important slide that I'll show you today. This is why two-year colleges exist. We try and help students save money so they can go on and get the degree at the college of their dreams or at the university of their dreams and help them save some money while they're getting there. That number on the left, that's what it would cost for one semester at Carl Albert. That'd be 15 credit hours. It's $19.08. On the left side, or the right side, excuse me, under the regional universities tab, that is a average of all the regional universities in the state of Oklahoma. We got that off the Oklahoma Regions for Higher Education's website. And there's a pretty big difference there. And it's for the same classes that you can take at the 2-year and then transfer on. So you could get the exact same education at half the cost, and then you can move on to that 4-year of your dreams and make sure you get your bachelor's degree. That number at the bottom, that is what it would cost for 1 year at Carl Albert State College. So for an extra $200, you could get an entire year's worth of education versus one semester at a 4-year school. The most important part about going to college as well is paying for it. So if you haven't already, FAFSA opened October 1st. Make sure you fill out your FAFSA. And then if you want to apply for scholarships at Carl Albert, it's just one application. You fill that out and you get put in for over 100 different scholarships at Carl Albert. And the biggest scholarship that we offer at Carl Albert State College is the Scholars Program. So the Scholars Program is also pretty competitive. We'll have around 100, 150 students apply for it every year, and we'll take around 40 to 45. But if you get in, we pay for all your housing, part of your meal plan, and we pay for 16 hours of tuition. It is an interview process to get in, and you have to have a 21 ACT, 3.2 high school GPA, and you also have to have, like I said, you have to do the interview process. But if you get in, it's a great scholarship. It covers a lot of your costs at Carl Albert. And that is the end of my presentation. If you want to check us out a little bit more, you can go to carlalbert.edu. We are giving tours, so just let us know. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Hunter, for sharing more about Carl Albert State College. Our next presentation will be from Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology, Okmulgee.
Hey everyone, my name is Kyle Allen and I am with OSU Institute of Technology. We are located in Okmulgee, so right about 40 miles just straight south of Tulsa. So you have, the big city feel just not too far away, but you still got that kind of home family feeling right here in Okmulgee. We're the technical branch of OSU in Stillwater, so we function a little bit differently than traditional universities, and I've actually got a video for you here, and it just kind of shows how we function. You get an inside look at our classrooms and kind of what you'll be working with. So let me get that planned for you guys.
In this economy today, we need educational opportunities that will supply students with specific occupational outcomes rather than just preparing them indiscriminately for the workforce.
Here at OSU IT, we pride ourselves on having a diverse student body. We're trying to be competitive. We're trying to train our students to be the best possible versions of themselves.
I'm here to get the job of my dreams, honestly, and I've seen that this is like the best way to do it. This is a really good program, and I saw a chance to, do it, and I took it.
Our students are serious. They're serious about their training, serious about their education, and they've come to a serious institution.
You're going to come here and you're actually going to learn, and the day you walk across that stage for graduation, you are work ready. You're not waiting, 1-3 months looking around for a job. People are willing to hire you.
We spend the 2 years here and already have a job set up.
College graduation rates are very important, but job placement rates are even more important.
These are students that are seeking out knowledge so that they can be successful. Everything that's going on here within this community of learners, the students, they're conditioning themselves. They're getting themselves ready to go out into the workforce so that they can be successful.
Our faculty are concerned with what students will do with their education beyond the classroom, beyond the diploma. They want to make sure that our students are successful once they enter the world of work.
At OSU IT, yes, you can have a one-on-one conversation with them. They want you to succeed. They want to connect with the student, but they want to have that individual relationship with you.
There is definitely a lot of encouragement from the instructors to solve problems your own way. There's no one way to figure out a solution to something.
A student can train as a graphic designer, a chef, or a technician, but the ability to interact and communicate with others is critical. Soft skills are as important as technical skills in today's workplace. OSU IT provides more than a trade. We provide a career.
If you look at all the different disciplines we offer at OSU IT, they range from programs using microtechnology and very fine tools to programs that use major heavy equipment and diesel engines and truly everything in between.
It's a really good experience to be able to work on these things with your hands and see them face to face rather than just see them on a picture or on a slideshow. It's really cool.
This is your career. This is your passion. More importantly, you should want to desire to do these things every day.
I do feel like I fit in here. It's obvious that the students that do come here, you know, they want to work. They come here to work and succeed in life.
All right. Well, I hope that got you as fired up as I am about OSU IT. As you can kind of see, we're not just going to put you in a classroom with 300 other students and go over PowerPoint presentation. That's not how we work here at OSU IT, because that's not what you're going to see in the job fields that we have to offer. You're going to be hands-on working with materials and different machinery that you're going to be working with, and when you get out of school, actually working through that job. So just a couple of, OSU IT at a glance. We have a free application. We work on an open admission. So what that means is as soon as you fill out your application, you're accepted. You don't have to pay an application fee, or you have to send an ACT score requirements or do an interview process. As soon as you fill out that short little application that can be found on our website at osuit.edu, you're in. And then after that, we'll just need some transcripts, some shot records, and you can enroll in classes. Speaking of classes, we are fully in person on most colleges and university. They're online right now, and online classes work great for some people. Some people, they don't cooperate well with them. They need to be in that and get that one-on-one experience, which we do so well here at OSU IT, really hands-on. Our classes are about 15 students in each class, so you can really, ask questions and get that help and mentorship that you need. Also, with all of our different programs that we have to offer, they have paid internships with them. We have a ton of industry partners out there, so it's actually required through your coursework. You're getting college credit, but you're also getting fully paid to do what you want to do and start that career. When you get done with that, you're going to be work ready. So our job placement is 93 to 100%. So our goal is for you to graduate on Friday, have a nice weekend back home, maybe a barbecue or something with family and friends, and then go straight to work on Monday and start that very successful career that you've put in hard work so far for. So one thing is you hear OSU Institute of Technology, and some students' mind kind of goes to a technology center, which technology centers are great at what they do. They serve a really great purpose, but we're going to go beyond that, and you're actually going to get a Big 12 Oklahoma State University degree, which looks fantastic on a resumes. So we actually offer 3 different degrees. We offer Associates in Science, which is basically your general education, kind of those basic classes. And then our bread and butter at OSU IT is this Associates in Applied Science. This is going to be your really hands-on, up close and personal classes. And then we also have some bachelors. So one thing to keep in mind is we work on a trimester schedule. So a typical bachelor degree is about 4 years. We can get that to you in 3 years. So kind of my last slide here is I just want to point out some of the programs that we offer. This is a list of all of them, and we really do everything. So from 3D modeling and animation to nursing to maybe just automotive is what makes you tick. We have that option for you, and really everything in between. We are doing fully in-person tours, so feel free to give us a call and come check us out. We'd love to have you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kyle, for sharing more about OSU IT. Our next presentation is going to be Oklahoma Baptist University. And I just wanted to, while they're getting set up, remind all of our attendees that that Q&A box is there. So please drop in a question about any of the schools that you have heard present thus far, or that you are excited to hear from. So, all right, Oklahoma Baptist, you can take it away.
There we go. My name is Chase Chastain. I'm an admissions counselor here at Oklahoma Baptist University. There are 4 admissions counselors that work with students in Oklahoma. So I work with students west of I-35 in Oklahoma. Let's see. Go ahead and move to this slide. So this is where we're located. We're in Shawnee, Oklahoma, about 35 miles east of Oklahoma City, 90 miles from Tulsa, and about 250 miles from Dallas. So a lot of Oklahoma towns to Shawnee. Shawnee's a pretty large town in Oklahoma, but from students like from Dallas and from other states, it's kind of that small town feel. So it's kind of that perfect niche, only 35 miles away from Oklahoma City. So if your MacBook goes down, there's an Apple store that you can go to. If you need to go stop at a Target, it's not far. But the star in the middle is Oklahoma City, and then the spire in our logo is, that's where Shawnee is. The average class size at OBU is around 20 students. The student to faculty ratio is 14:1, and there's 80 plus areas of study. And you can kind of see the different colleges listed below. A common misconception of OBU is that we're only a Bible school for pastors and ministers, and that's just simply not the case. Our mission is essentially to educate students who, whatever field they want to go into, with ministry training, to go into that space and engage in a diverse world, and also live worthy of the high calling of God in Christ. So as you go into nursing, business, or if you go into physical therapy, there are options for you here at OBU. And so the biggest perk of OBU is definitely the relationships that you'll make with your professors. With a 20 average class size, you're going to have professors knowing your name. It'll be a personal relationship, and also it'll be a mentorship as well. It's not just a student-teacher relationship, student-professor relationship, it's also a mentorship. These professors are going to care for you. They're going to know your personalities, know your schedule, and be able to speak into your life and give you opportunities as far from OBU after you complete your bachelor's degree here at OBU. So these are 4-year degrees. Our classes are in person. On a typical year, and obviously not during a pandemic, we have about 5% of our classes online. This year, during COVID-19, we only have about 8% of our classes online, and some of them have gone to hybrid. So the majority of our classes are still in person. In fact, our campus is open to visit. And so we can have guests if you're interested in visiting OBU. If you go to okbu.edu/visit, you can visit for free. There are some preview days that you can come to that are kind of programmed event days, but also you can schedule an individual visit based upon your own availability throughout the week. That can look like a tour, meet with a professor, really interested in honors or different programs. You can meet with them, directors of their programs, and also an admissions counselor. So we can kind of go through scholarships on an individual basis. We can kind of talk about FAFSA, different programs and different majors that may interest you. A big perk of OBU is that we're Christ-centered. So we're #1 centered to the International Mission Board, and we also have different chapels. But the biggest thing that may be interested to you is that you can study abroad through OBU. We do have exchange programs, and during the summers, the spring break, and also the winter break, you have an opportunity to study abroad, or you can also go on different trips, whether you're doing humanitarian aid in Brazil and Panama, or you're learning about different Holocaust sites in Poland and in Germany. And so you can actually get college credit for traveling. Some scholarship information. So everyone who's accepted to OBU will receive a minimum of $7,000. Typically, these are based upon GPA and ACT or SAT scores, but this year they're strictly based on GPA just because of COVID-19 and the struggles of having to take an ACT and being canceled and postponed. So they're strictly based upon GPA. This academic scholarship is yours every single year. You're at OBU as long as you maintain a 2.0. GPA. And so listed below is also some different aid that you might receive when you fill out FAFSA, and OBU will send you a financial aid package that will break down your cost. And so you'll know before you officially enroll what the exact cost it will be for you to come to OBU. So that can include federal grants, state grants, any Stafford loans. Our OBU Bison grant is a need-based grant. There are some full tuition scholarships that our admissions counselors would love to work with you on, and also some different church staff dependents and church scholarships as well. The biggest thing that I can give you today is to come visit our campus, because we are open for visitors, and also communicate with your admissions counselors. If you have a conception of OBU and maybe you're worried about being able to pay for it, or whether we have a program for you, talk to your admissions counselor. Go to our website, okbu.edu, and kind of do some research and be able to talk to someone here on campus. We'd love to meet with you and talk to you how OBU can serve your future. Some results of OBU after graduation. The average amount of time it takes to finish a bachelor's degree is now, on the national level, 6 years, and then 5 years, and then 4 years. At OBU, the norm is 4. So within 6 months of graduation in 4 years, 99% of our students are enrolled full-time in graduate school or both. You can kind of see the breakdowns there. Our largest majors are going to be business, nursing, ministry, and also teacher education, but we'd love for you to come visit OBU and kind of do some research on our website. So if you're looking into maybe Christ-centered education, OBU would love to have you. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Chase, for sharing Oklahoma Baptist University. Our next presentation will be Johnson and Wales University.
Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm just getting my PowerPoint up. My name is Lisa Francisco, and I represent Johnson and Wales, and I'm going to appeal to those people out there that are looking to go a little bit further away and want to tell you about what a great option Johnson and Wales is. Probably a lot of you have not heard of us. Again, that's because we don't have a campus in the Oklahoma area. We have 2 campuses. One is Providence, Rhode Island, our original campus, and then we also have a campus in Charlotte, North Carolina. Johnson & Wales has students, we're approximately 12,000 students on any given year from about 50 states and 78 countries. This are some shots of our Providence campus. We have 2 campuses there, one in downtown, they call that Down City in Providence, and then we also have a campus on the harbor, on the water. So those are just a couple of shots. Providence is our largest campus. It has anywhere in a given year between 6,000 and 10,000 students. It varies, but we were rated one of the best colleges by Money Magazine, and we're very proud of our diversity. Here's a little pie chart on that. We also have a campus I mentioned in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our campus in Charlotte is in the heart of downtown. So if you are at all familiar with Charlotte, we are right across the street from the Carolina Panthers Stadium. So that is our campus. And the unique thing about Johnson & Wales is that once you're accepted into one, you're accepted into both campuses. This is our diversity chart, quite diverse in Charlotte. It's also much smaller. It ranges anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 students, so significantly smaller than Providence. Great atmosphere in Charlotte. You can get the best of both worlds from being close to the ocean as well as the Smoky Mountains. Our educational platform is the same regardless of campus. We want you to come in as a freshman and jump right into your major. You'll still have to take your general studies, but the earlier you guys can figure out what it is that you want to do, the better off you're going to be. So jumping right into your major. We believe in something called experiential education, which means learning by doing. You won't be sitting in large lecture halls. You'll be in our learning labs. You'll be in small groups. You'll be collaborating, doing internships. These are just some of the labs that we have in Providence. At the top left is our finance learning lab, where our students actually invest university money. We have an engineering lab. We are famous for our culinary. If you guys have ever heard of the Cake Boss, Emeril Lagasse, Tyler Florence, they've all gone to Johnson & Wales. So we have over 50 culinary labs, as well as advertising, marketing, sports, entertainment, event management. Charlotte, we have lots of learning labs as well. This is a fashion learning lab where they're actually putting on fashion shows. They're learning about merchandising. Culinary labs, those are all of our culinary labs. Just like the other schools, we're small. Our class sizes are about 18 students to 1 professor. These are just some of our programs: engineering, health science, business, criminal justice, just to name a few. We also have some new programs this year. Exercise science is one of the most popular that I've been seeing, as well as computer engineering, economics. These are just some of our new programs. I mentioned culinary. We launched this summer the College of Food Innovation and Technology. So we've always been a world leader, but now we're taking it to the next level and talking about the future of food, how technology and innovation comes into play. So our CFIT program is just excellent. If we have anybody interested in culinary, we have everything you could imagine, from sports nutrition to food scientist. If you're science minded and you love culinary, could be a great option. So those are just some of those. We believe, as others, internships are not just an option, but they're a necessity. We have over 1,500 internship sites in 46 states, 33 countries. Our career outcome rate is phenomenal. It's almost 98%. And paid internships, 71% of our students who received a paid internship also received a job offer when they graduated. We have a multitude of sports. You can see men's, women's, as well as co-ed. So these are just a listing of the different sports that we offer. Residential life, we have everything from single dorms to high-rise apartments in Providence. One unique thing about Johnson & Wales at both campuses is that we're pet friendly. You do not have to bring a service animal. If you just can't leave your cat or dog behind, you can stay at one of our pet friendly dorms. How do we afford a JWU education? Get good grades, those merit-based scholarships, national student organizations, which we'll talk about, and outside scholarships. I know the FAFSA has been mentioned as well. These are some of our national student organizations. We give scholarships by just being a member up to full tuition. If you are a member of any of these organizations, please check us out. Outside scholarships, take a screenshot of this. This is good for any school, not just Johnson & Wales, but this can be an excellent way to help you pay for school. Here's our application process. We're on the Common App. We have our own app. We have always been ACT, SAT test optional. Early action deadline is November 1st. Our regular is March 1st. Come see us. We have great opportunities through COVID of really interactive explore from home. This is our site to visit us. We too are in-person visits, so we'd love for you to take a trip out. And this is our website to apply. And last but not least is my contact information. So thank you guys so much for letting me present.
Great. Thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing Johnson & Wales University. Our next presentation, our sixth school for the night, will be the University of Arkansas.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Tyler Simpson. I am the admissions rep for the University of Arkansas. I am going to share my screen with you guys, so just give me 1 second. But while I am sharing my screen, I do want to say thank you for tuning in, taking the time out of your day to join us here. I know I wish that I could see you all in person, but these are the times. But I do want to share a few things about the U of A with you guys. So first and foremost, here at the University of Arkansas, we are a nationally competitive research-based institution, right? We are very proud of who we are. There is a lot of tradition here at the University of Arkansas. We were the land grant flagship university here, so definitely a lot of tradition here at the U of A. If you don't know, the U of A is located in Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is actually voted one of the top 5 best places to live in the nation. And that's up against some pretty serious metropolitan areas like Denver, Colorado, Austin, Texas, and places like that. I chalk that a lot up to the natural beauty here at the U of A, very close around us. We're kind of smack dab in what makes the natural state, right? So we're right in the middle of the Ozark National Forest. The Buffalo National River is just to the north of us, and just about 5 minutes south of campus is Devilton State Park, right? So there's no shortage of outdoor experiences to be had at or near the University of Arkansas, rather. Another big reason that I think we're in the top 5 places to live is that Walmart was actually started just north of us, right? So that brings in a whole lot of industry. So we actually have access to over 300 of the Fortune 500 companies here, which is a higher density than anywhere else in the United States except for Manhattan. So if you're looking for an internship or just an opportunity to get into business, big business, small business, medium business, whatever it is, the U of A is a great place to make that happen. I do want to touch on our student organizations. We love keeping our students active, engaged. We have over 400 student organizations, so there's definitely a place for you. I pride myself on knowing that there really is something for everybody here at the U of A. Lots of opportunities to connect with your classmates. Greek life is going to be big. Around 30% of our students are participating in Greek life at the University of Arkansas. There's a lot of representation. There's plenty of chapters. We have over 30 fraternities and sororities. So if Greek life is something that you're after, this is definitely a great place to make that happen, right? But we know that not everybody is interested in Greek life. There's plenty of other organizations as well. If you're interested in some of the standard ones, hobby organizations, academic organizations, religious organizations. We even have a LARPing team, a Quidditch team, all sorts of stuff like that. We've got intramural sports teams. We have club sports teams, bass fishing teams, trap shooting teams. So, like I said, there's something for everybody. And you can always start your own organization here at the U of A as well. We also have, plenty of academics going on here, right? Over 200 degree programs, right? That's from your bachelor's all the way up to your doctorate, right? So if you want to run the whole gamut of your education, you can do that here at the U of A. On all of our undergrad degree programs, those are going to have 8-semester degree plans. We know that your time is valuable to you, and we know that you've got big plans to land your dream job or maybe go to graduate school after that. So those 8-semester degree plans are just a way for you to stay on track. It's kind of a guarantee that you get in and get out in the time that you want to. And I do want to touch on our student to faculty ratio as well. We do keep an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, pretty standard. It is a pretty large campus, right? 28,000 students. So keeping that 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio is a lot, but it's very important to us that you guys have access to your educators. We want you to be able to know who your professors are and also know who your classmates are. A lot of learning really does happen outside the classroom, and we want you guys to have that access for sure. Touching back again on that 28,000 number, it is pretty big. It can be daunting. It might be bigger than your entire town, right? But we do a whole lot to make it feel like a family here. And there's definitely no shortage of things to do on campus, right? We can take care of everything that you need, whether it is, laundry, internet, calories, caffeine, whatever it is, it's all available on campus. I do want to touch on one of my favorite traditions at the University of Arkansas. We really do care about our graduates here. So we have over 4 miles of sidewalk that are dedicated to our graduates, right? So that's called Senior Walk. If you graduate from the University of Arkansas, your name is etched in stone forever, or really until that stone wears out. So if you get 2 degrees, 2 names are chalked up there. It's a great thing to show a spouse down the road or, your kids, grandkids, something like that. It's a good piece of history. I do also want to say, we're one of the top 5 study abroad colleges in the nation. We have satellite campuses in Rome and Mexico City. So if you want a full U of A experience at either of those 2 locations, we can make that happen. But also, we can send you anywhere else in the world that you're interested in as long as it's safe. COVID's kind of changed that a little bit, but we're hoping to get that right back and rolling as soon as we can. I do kind of want to hit the nitty gritty for a little bit. Our application is open right now. You can go ahead and apply at apply.uark.edu. We're going to need a few things from you. We're just going to need an application fee. We're going to need test scores, high school transcripts, all that. A note on those test scores, we have adopted a test optional test flexible policy. Just to help out there a little bit, we know that there's a lot of test closures around and we don't want that to impact your application to the University of Arkansas. So we don't want to hold that against you. Definitely take a screenshot of this screen if you are kind of taking notes. There are some important dates on here as well. November 15th is going to be our priority application deadline. So We actually admit around 80% of our students before November 15th. So if you are interested in the University of Arkansas, definitely meet that November 15th deadline. And then December 1st is going to be our priority scholarship deadline. You can always go ahead and get that scholarship application rolling even before you're admitted, just so you can go ahead and get that all taken care of, not have anything to worry about in the future there. I do want to provide my contact information as well. Definitely take a screenshot of this if you are screenshotting. You can reach me via email, phone, or however you'd like. There's also virtual chats online if you'd like to meet with me one-on-one and discuss a little bit more your opportunities at the University of Arkansas. I'd love to meet with you. You can find that if you just type in University of Arkansas admissions, find my name, you can schedule a virtual chat there. But that's all my time. Thank you very much for meeting with me. And if you do want to meet later, definitely reach out and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about the U of A. So have a wonderful day and woo pig sooie.
Thanks, Tyler. Well, just for our attendees, just a last reminder, it is a great time to drop in a question. It can even be following up on email or asking about a certain type of program. So please feel free to drop a question in the chat. Before we wrap up and to give all of you a last chance to think, I would love to have each of the presenters turn their camera back on, come back as a group. Like the virtual circle, right, these days. And I would love to have each of you take like 15 seconds or so and just share a fun fact or something really unique or interesting that you really love about your institution and who you're representing that doesn't always make your admissions presentation, but gives us a little extra insight. So we'll go in the same order that we presented. So we'll start with the University of Tulsa.
All right, so a fun fact. If you Google the University of Tulsa and hit images and look at all of the little thumbnail photos, you'll see a lot of times on our print materials, there's like a U shape of trees with a bunch of grass in the middle. The U shape of trees all look almost identical, and that's because they're all clones of each other. So about 10 years ago, one of our engineering groups cloned all of our trees, so they all change colors at the exact same time, they all lose their leaves at the exact same time, and it makes for just like some really awesome imagery across campus. So if you don't believe me, Google it, and then you'll be like wowed at how great it looks, and then come check it out in real life.
Thank you.
Hey, so at Carl Albert, we do a harvest carnival every year in the fall, and it is for students with disabilities and things like that. It's all student led, so it's a great time. They get to come out and play games, win prizes. We usually have a dunk tank. It's pretty cold, and I end up in the dunk tank most years, but it's still a good time. We have a lot of fun, and that's my favorite part. That's my favorite thing.
Awesome. My favorite thing, other than just being a real close-knit family here at OSU IT, has got to be the paid internships. Some of our programs have 5 paid internships, so you're almost doing more outside of the classroom than you actually are inside. We have students that come back with like brand new trucks, or we've actually had students buy houses. So it's your money. We always suggest paying off your school, but if you want to go buy a fancy new truck or a house, it's yours to do whatever you want. And that's just kind of a unique factor for OSU IT and kind of my fun fact.
Yeah, so a fun fact about OBU that doesn't make presentations all the time is that we have an event called Serve Shawnee at the beginning of our semesters, where a huge portion of our student body goes out into the area, to the local town or around OBU, and we just meet local businesses, nonprofits, churches, and all of our students are just serving the town all in one day. So instead of being here on campus, sometimes it becomes kind of like a bubble on campus. You can kind of get stuck in your dorm room. You go out into the town and you're serving people, meeting people, making connections, but ultimately you're serving the town just so we can kind of be a light to our community and helpful to those around us, rather than just, kind of staying on campus. It's actually like interesting to get involved and actually help people around Shawnee, which is a pretty, it's a community in need. And so it's always fun for OBU to help out and do so as well.
All right, just real quick, at Johnson & Wales, we have something every year in the winter. If you guys have ever watched Shark Tank, at both campuses, we have what's called Shark Fest. So the students get to bring in any entrepreneurs out there that have an idea. We bring in business people to be judges, and they make their pitch, and we give them actual seed money to start their business. So kind of fun.
Yeah, a fun fact for the University of Arkansas, we do have some pretty innovative students here. If you're familiar with the Tyson Dinosaur Chicken Nugget, that was actually an idea that was pitched by a University of Arkansas student during one of their business internships. And Tyson, to this day, has plenty of profits off those dino nuggets. So you can chalk that up to one of those names that's on our senior walk there that came up with the idea for the dino nugget. So if you're wanting to be an innovator or create the new nugget shape, the U of A is the place to be.
Oh, that's awesome, everyone. Thank you for sharing. It's always fun to just learn a little bit extra about each campus community and give our attendees a little something extra to know. Well, we've reached the end of our time together today, and we just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us, to all of our presenters for sharing not just the facts and fun and great information, but also your passion for all of your programs. And for our attendees, we hope you enjoyed learning more tonight. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so we hope that you will be joining us for further sessions this evening. In about a week's time, this session's recording, as well as all other session recordings, will be available at the site where you signed up. We hope that everyone has a wonderful evening. Thank you for taking the time with us, and good night.